Sloss and Humphries on the road.
Muggins and cream, cream and muggins, straight thuggin', living the dream.
That's our intro.
Fucking muggles.
Tickling the clit inside your head that makes you laugh. They said it can't be done.
Are we in the same seats?
That's hack.
Ah, muggles.
Accidental rib job in the park.
Kiss, kiss, kiss.
Or am I just being cynical?
Muggled it up on fucking Mugglepedia.
Where have you been since 9/11? Alright, we're going.
Shame on a muggle for trying to run game on a muggle.
Why?
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 Because it was there to be taken.
Yeah,
If it's there
but
to
there
be
was
taken, you take it.
yeah, but it was left there for a reason.
It just hadn't been discovered yet.
No, it's like a sandwich on the road, like out
Muggles
the
with
packet.
attitude. I can sing all of my favourite songs now.
I mean, I really feel. Yeah, keep going. Makes you happy.
Okay, what, you want more?
Well, I don't.
Oh, no,
but I feel like you want to do more. Oh,
No,
I
when they
thought it was
come
there to be taken. I thought it was fucking right for the picking.
You thought they were my favourite songs?
We're back with another episode of Sloss and Humphries on the road. Muggins and cream.
In your ears.
In your ears. Speaking of which, your brother got us made up the big ass Muggins and cream posters
Oh, they were so good.
for the gigs. We're down in Newcastle, Blythe, whatever the fuck that area, the northeast.
Northumberland.
Yeah, that's Newcastle.
Leafy Northumberland.
We're down doing the gigs that Kai normally runs, and there's two big banners of me and Kai dressed up as Conor McGregor.
Got the tattoos on. And on yours, you've been photoshopped in with the two belts.
That wasn't photoshopped.
I wasn't. All right.
Actually,
I don't know why one of them was just fucking Ben Sherman.
The other one, FC UK.
Yep.
Round my neck while I'm wanking.
One round your wrist while you're jacking heroin.
Yeah, jacking heroin and jacking off. One belt round your wrist, one belt round your
We
neck.
call it double jacking. If you have double jacked, please tweet us at Kai Humphries and at Daniel Jamie Sloss.
Yeah. So this week started off with double jacking. Last week started off with double pegging with Nick Cody. Speaking of which, we watched his special because you hadn't seen his hour-long special.
Oh,
last night.
I've gigged with him tons, so I've seen how brilliant he is. But it was just nice to fucking sit down and watch an hour of his stuff, like
Nick Cody's
DVD.
Nick Cody's just recorded a new special, so we were watching his old one, which is available on his website, and it's so fucking funny.
So good.
I think it's one of my favourites.
I was really high as well. It's such a good special to watch when you're stoned. Because like a lot of his humour, I find in the turn of phrase and like throwaway remarks and just the way he says stuff. Yeah. I just think you appreciate them so much more when you're high.
I think when you're high, it can either really heighten your experience of something. For comedy, I find weed's good to watch, but like there's.
But it's an amplifier though. Like if you're watching bad comedy, weed makes it like way worse.
Yeah.
Like when we watched Jamie Foxx's old special.
Oh Jesus! Can you remember the name of it?
What was it? He had a catchphrase where, right, so the first time...
This is Jamie Foxx of actor fame, by the way.
Yeah, but this was pre-actor fame, but he was still famous, right? Because that special was in a big old...
Oh, yeah. He was a proper big comic, and his comedy does not age well.
He looked so young in it, too. But he had this catchphrase where he'd done a line that went down well, got a big round of applause, and then he pretended to take a hit of a spliff, and then go a little bit like fucking stoned looking and go, let's blow that shit out.
You gotta blow that shit out. And it was like the audience. Out. You gotta blow that shit out. He kept doing these weird faces and just kept doing that catchphrase after any fucking punchline. And it got to the point where the audience were fucking joining in with it, like laughing me like, you better blow that shit.
Yeah, that's the first time he done it, even his audience, which was sucking his dick at the time, were a little bit like, what was that? And then the second time they done it, they were like, all right, this is your thing. And then the third time, they're like, better blow that shit out. And you're like, what the fuck is this?
Catchphrase comedy, I don't think I'd ever actually see it. That's one of the lowest forms of comedy.
Catchphrases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like my parents liked a lot of it, like the Fast Show back in the day. I know they were good sketches, but it was essentially, it's the Little Britain thing of like, here's the guy says the same thing, but he says the same thing every week, but each time he's in a different place when he says it.
It's a puppet! You remember that one where he's beating up, we had like Gordon the Gopher, which was Phil Collins. Phil Wang. No, Phil.
Not even getting it. I thought you were talking about...
No. Philip Schofield.
Right.
Had a Gordon the Gopher. He did.
Did he?
It would squeak. It was he was in the broom cupboard.
What is happening?
How young are you?
What's happening?
Oh, you're so young. Phil Collins is in the room.
With Phil Gibbons. Using Phil Schofield as a puppet, right? And he squeaked whenever he...
Philip Goldstein. Who the fuck's Philip Goldstein? At least the rest of them are real people. Sorry, Phil Goldstein, if you're listening. You are a
big
real
fan,
person.
number one.
Philip Schofield
Right.
was the presenter of the kids' TV shows. So, like, when we had four channels.
What kids' TV show?
When we had four channels.
What was the name of the kids' TV show?
It was like, I think it was ITV.
Right.
So the kids' TV shows would all be on. It might have been BBC, I think it was ITV though. And it would either be Andy Peters or Philip Schofield in the broom cupboard. And that's the little room that they had. That was the studio, but it was literally just a broom cupboard. And then they would introduce, like, next up was Ed the Duck. And then the show would come on. But then between that show and Round the Twist or whatever was on next, Philip Schofield would come on, have a conversation with a gopher.
So that's what Ian Sterling did for CBBC.
Yeah, like that puppet in a
hacker.
horse thing.
Yeah.
So there was a late at night TV show. What was his fucking name? But he'd done like a parody of that, and he had like a Gordon the Gopher type puppet, but he'd chin it. He'd like batter the puppet with a fucking shank, and then everyone would be like, "Oh!" The whole crowd was like, "Oh!" And he would go, "It's a puppet," and that was his catchphrase. And Muggles died laughing.
Oh, I've genuinely got no. That's the first time I've heard any of that information in my life. That could have been a fantastic lie, which is what we're playing later. I don't know if you've brought it in early just to fuck with me.
That was my childhood. That was my entertainment as a boy. That's why I'm so funny. It's
that and fucking.
That's why I'm an award-winning comedian. That was inspired by
that
Philip
and sugar
Schofield.
butties just every Saturday morning. Philip Schofield on the cover, and you just spreading fucking sugar on a bit of bread, like the tiny little muglet that you were.
That's what I call a Thursday afternoon. Get back from school, sugar butty, Gordon the Gopher, Bob's your uncle.
What was Bob's your uncle about?
It was it was when your mum left you with a babysitter that you didn't fully trust, but you really wanted to go out. And she go, "Kai, remember Bob's your uncle." Like, just be scared of Bob. One of Mum's friends.
I've always noticed that, like, for certain bits of comedy, like, being really fucking stoned for it is great, but you ever watch something and you just overthink the plot too much and you realise you think it's a much more complicated movie than it is?
You find hidden depths.
Well,
Have you done this recently?
I've done that with Shutter Island, and one of the ones which are just, I remembered I was going to mention it to you last night, but sometimes I like saving conversation for the podcast.
Yeah, we've discussed this, haven't we? This podcast is actually stifling our conversation in real life, because sometimes we'll...
Anytime we make each other laugh, we're like, right, save that thought.
And then we completely forget about it by the time you guys.
So we just fail to make each other laugh twice. Did I ever tell you about how I managed to ruin Time Traveler's Wife for my ex-girlfriend?
Yeah, maybe you did.
Tell
me again.
Oh, it's a brutal thing, and it only came to me when I'm stoned, and I'm not proud of the thought, but I had it, so I'm not going to deny it.
So I've never seen the Time Traveler's Wife.
Essentially what it is it's Eric Bana, and he's got this condition where he just randomly time travels through time, and he
doesn't get to choose. He's just like shooting the breeze with you.
It's like
it's
like narcolepsy, but with like time traveling. Right, so he's just like, and then he'll fucking travel somewhere, but he's got no control over where he's going.
No, not even the destination.
Well, no, I think he's all roughly in the same sort of place, but like, so at one point he meets his girl and he fancies her, and they go out for a while.
Yeah, don't overthink that plot.
Right. He goes out with her, but then when he goes back in time, he can't obviously hit her then because she's like 6 years old, but he sometimes said hi. So there's really creepy pedo undertones.
So there's a bit where he's like nonsense on his future wife.
Aye. So, but then he'll go, and she's obviously, it's about her. It's just how at random parts of her life he comes in, and like they're on different time frames, and it's absolutely utter shite. It's like pathetic.
Sold. Can't wait to watch it.
Utter fucking drivel. But
3 stars.
When they start trying for kids, what keeps happening is like she keeps miscarrying because like when the fetus gets to a certain age, it gets the condition, and it just teleports, and it's like obviously she keeps having these miscarriages. And
I know where you're going with this.
Right. But what I don't understand is how nobody else did. Because I'm sat there, and my girlfriend was rightfully disgusted with me, but I'm disgusted at the fucking plot of the movie. Because if those fetuses are teleporting, when he teleports, he goes somewhere, which means there's somewhere in the world at a random moment of time that a fucking 3-month-old fetus is just popping into existence.
Oh no!
Just like
just in the woods.
Just in the woods, like foxes coming by, being like, "Oh, fuck's this tasty treat." Like,
I didn't even have to kill it. Nom 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 nom.
Like you're driving in the car, you think it's raining, just like
slaps on the windscreen.
It's absolutely.
Way back.
Like, my girlfriend, she rightfully just said, that's horrible. I'm like, I know it's horrible, but I didn't fucking come up with it. I guess I did. But, like, I'm just following the storyline. How's that my fault?
That's pretty grim.
Aye.
So how did he not, if he had the skills, how did he not time travel when he was miscarrying? Maybe he did, but just luckily into someone else's womb.
Oh, yeah. Like fucking womb jumping.
Yeah, the womb hopper.
Womb raider.
Worth it for that.
I did have something else on my chat list. Now, I know we're not playing I Love You, but
I've just done it, haven't I?
You've
I just
done it.
Something that really annoyed you.
No. Like, the reason I wouldn't even play it in I Love You, but is because, like, we agree that sometimes I love you, but you do this annoying thing. This isn't annoying. What you do is unacceptable. Like, it's
a deal breaker.
No, like it's jail worthy for me. Like, trust me, right? I want the listeners, everyone, listen to what happens. And the guy does this regularly, and please tweet him and message him how disgustingly inappropriate this is. You're going to be furious. People are going to, like, be livid about this.
Now I'm not sure I know what it is.
You do?
It can't be the thing that I've just done.
Yeah, it is. Trust me.
That isn't a fucking...
Man, it's one of the 7... Like, it's awful what you're doing.
It's just an indulgence.
No, it's betrayal of the highest order.
I mean, listeners, lower your expectations.
Nah, listen to this, right? Whenever me and Kai order Domino's pizza, right? We get the pizza... And you know how you get the garlic and herb sauce? Everyone loves the garlic and herb sauce. It's fucking delicious. Garlic and herb sauce, I think we can all agree, is for the crust, because pizza's got flavour and the crust doesn't, and it's just so you dip the crust into the garlic and herb sauce. There's a bit more flavour there. It encourages you to eat the crust, because sometimes people don't eat crust, and then the crust gets thrown into the ocean, and then dolphins choke on them or whatever. I don't. People want less crusts. That's my point. Right? It's for the crust. It's to make the crust edible. What you do, and it's a small pot. There's barely enough for the crusts. You, every fucking time, take it, open the lid, and pour it on top of your not the whole pizza, your individual slice.
How does he sleep at night?
I don't know. How do you sleep at night? It's unforgivable.
Oh, with a full tummy.
Mate.
Nom.
It's...
Right, there's certain things in life, like when you reach the age of 33, you just can't, I'll do what the fuck I want. Because you know what, them little pots, you can fucking buy tons of them.
Yeah, but sometimes I forget.
And just eat.
Yeah, but sometimes I forget. Sometimes I forget, and then we go, because I'll just drink the next one, I'll shot it.
You know what else I do? I sometimes drink milk out of the bottle.
That's fine.
I'm 33.
That's
sometimes
fine.
I sit on the arm of the couch because my mum doesn't tell us off anymore. Sometimes I get...
Wait, your mum used to tell you off for
sit on the arm of the couch.
Why?
Break the couch.
No, you were a kid.
Yeah, they sit on the arm of the couch. Is that something just I wasn't able to do?
I've never heard that in my life.
Fuck's this woman's problem? I already took my shoes off. What more do you want? No, you're not allowed to sit on the arm of the couch. I don't know if it's a manners thing or what.
Oh, maybe but manners in your own house.
I don't know.
Was your mum
Maybe she just thought I was climbing on the sofa. Sit on the sofa, stop sitting on the arm. But now, watch. Watch this. Tell them what I'm doing.
He's sitting on the arm of the couch. Get down from there yourself.
Now tell them what else I'm about to do.
There's no pizza left. I've eaten all the pizzas, so you can't. But honestly,
there's actually no sauce left. There's probably a reason.
Because that's the thing. In your head, you're like, nah, I can see where you're like, oh God, Sloss is overreacting. Trust me, I'm willing to bet that when the listeners hear that with the one Domino's, because even before they did extra ones,
you take it messes with their OCD.
No, it's got nothing to do with it. It's just selfish. It's for everyone.
Fuck protocol, mate.
Nah,
I run with scissors.
Manners. It's manners. It's basic manners. That's not even like, it's not like not holding the door open for an old woman. It's like waiting for her to come through the door and then just fucking spaffing it in her face.
Ha, I'll teach her. What about ketchup then? You got your fucking...
Yeah, there's loads of ketchup. Aye, there's multiple packets everywhere in there. There's one of these.
Man, your TV's Daniel Sloss. You can afford an extra pot of garlic.
Yeah, but what if I forget? I can't just fucking get him to come round with like fucking 3 things 20 minutes later. Like a muck. Like...
He's probably got some spares in the van.
Oh, please. Like, that stuff's gold dust. Not just going to let him carry it around willy-nilly.
Fucking hell, I might start a little business here, a little racket selling fucking garlic pots.
Man, I bet you could do that, right? If you buy loads of them, right? Follow Domino's vans, right? Whenever they're delivering, go to a place, and I guarantee people forget to order the sauce. If you turn up like 5 minutes afterwards, and you buy garlic herb sauce, you make a fucking killing, mate.
Pour it on the slice if you want. Do what you want.
No, my parents can't do that. I've got guests round.
Yeah. But You should just keep some spares in the fridge or whatever.
It's like you know when if you're sharing food with someone and you need their cutlery and they lick it clean for you, you're like, oh no. Like, when it was food in it was fine. I can eat I'm not disgusted by your food. Yeah. I'm disgusted by your fucking mouth.
Well, licking the cutlery clean and then saying, you can have mine.
Here you go.
Do you just hypothetically get annoyed at someone?
Nah, maybe it's just my dad that does it.
Your dad licks his cutlery clean. I'll have a list of jokes for the end. Your dad licks his cutlery clean, passes it around the table, leaves his bathwater in for you, after pissing in it. So claiming in his umbongo.
Climbing in his what?
Umbongo.
The drink?
Yeah, it's like diluted juice.
Aye.
Kia ora. Umbongo, they're the nicest ones. That's what his bathwater looks like. Pisses in it.
Okay.
Mate, can I ask you something? Is pissing in the shower alright?
Who's in there with you?
Just the plumber. Just I was getting it fixed, started pissing. He was angry. That's what I thought. I'll ask Daniel. So you say to the story before the lawsuit.
Am I in the wrong here?
No, just sometimes when I'm in the shower, I'll stop jumping up and down to do it. I'll not spin round like I normally do in the shower.
or when I'm pissing.
Like a rotisserie chicken. I spin round in the shower like a rotisserie chicken.
What, sideways? No, surely you mean like a ballerina. If you did it like a rotisserie chicken.
I'm lying in the bath.
Now you're somehow keeping yourself up between the walls.
Not even keep myself, I'm just lying in the bath, just swimming around like a fish out of water. That's how I shower. I stopped doing that. So I piss in the shower sometimes.
My shower?
I mean, just whoever's I'm in. Usually hotels. But after, you know why I don't do it in your shower? Not because I have my respect for your bathroom. Because of Jean's hair clogging up the plug.
Aye.
It would just there would be like a big dam of Jean's hair and then just a big foot bath of my piss. That's not the party I want to join.
Just like the world's lamest clone attempt.
Make some hybrid of me and Jean.
Yeah, it's a hybrid of Kai and Jean. So it's someone that
I write diaries of all the times I shot myself.
Yeah. You come in 30 seconds, but you never have sex. Do you have anything you want to discuss, or should we have another joint before we move on?
I told you a story last night that was pretty noteworthy.
Which one?
The one about when I fell off the jet ski.
Oh yeah, go on then.
Should we do that story?
Should we have a joint first?
Yeah.
Aye.
Have a joint and then come back for the jet ski story.
Right. This is for all listeners. This is either a joint break, or a kissing break. It's up to you. We'll let you know what we gabbed it. We smoked. We didn't kiss.
All my muggles and all my hoes in here. Somebody here going fuck.
Tell your story.
I just love when a muggle brings his whole crew. Just a bigger piece of cake for me to chew a hole through.
Just stop. Tell your story.
All my favourite songs.
I'm going to hit you with a pillow.
Sounds like fun.
Guys, we're gonna pause again for a pillow fight.
Don't threaten me with a great time.
Don't make me come over there and suck your dick. I'll be really mad. See if I have to come over there and stick a ditch on your bum.
I'm going to rub your feet if you don't fucking book your ideas up.
Oh, somebody's getting their house clean with this attitude.
So I come off a jet ski.
You were riding really a jet ski?
In the North Sea, we got pretty good on it. It reached like 80.
Clearly.
It got 80 miles an hour max. This is the top speed we've got off this jet ski.
What's the fastest you're allowed to do in the ocean?
Quick. I don't know.
Pretty sure that's illegal.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Imagine the police car chasing us.
It's like Grand Theft Auto.
Outran him pretty swift.
Grand Theft Auto, just them all drowning while you swim. Yeah. I'm pretty sure the ocean has speed limits.
I don't know.
Because like trains do.
It's the North Sea. There's no cameras.
There's definitely speed limits on.
Is that what them boys are? The 1 mile boy that's flashing all the time?
Yeah,
It's not flashing to warn ships that they're coming up to the coast. It's flashing because it's catching speed cameras. I should have used the lighthouse as an example.
You see dolphins washed up on the beach. Those are the dolphins that went too fast and they've lost their license.
They're under appeal. They've got to go to a course, safety awareness course for dolphins.
Just them, like, when humans try to put them back in, they're like, no, I'm going to get in trouble.
Can you lose your license twice? What happens if you drive without a license? They'll pull you over and go, we're going to take a provisional as well.
The car's unlockable.
Huh?
The car's unlockable.
Oh, you're not allowed your keys. You get your keys took off you.
Aye.
Bastards.
Aye, now you can get... And not only that, now you're not allowed to distract your kids. Double whammy.
Oh shit! I just got that. It took a little while. I've been smoking weed. So I come off the jet ski, hitting the waves like head on, because if you hit them head on, like the waves disappear underneath you. You've got some like massive air time, and then you come down. You sometimes completely submerge under the water, and then come back up like what the fuck. But this one day I hit a wave, and then just woke up in an ambulance. Oh. With rickets.
You landed in an ambulance. That's fucking hell, that's handy.
What a shot. They didn't see that coming. It was a moving ambulance as well. I just put the jet ski right through the side of it.
I landed on a woman in labour, popped the baby out.
I just cuddled up next to her. Just had a good spoon, me and the baby. So,
you fall off the jet ski.
So I would say to that flight of fancy, I woke up in the ambulance with rickets, which may I add, I didn't wake up with the disease.
The disease? Oh, that's bad. You hit the wave so hard you got rickets.
I just was bow-legged in the ambulance.
Uh-huh. Some of you might remember our friend Ricketts, who a swan broke his arm on a previous episode.
Yep. Ricketts.
So you woke up, he was in the back of the ambulance with you.
Which was...
laughing, probably.
And I was naked.
Oh,
it's not the first time.
Typical Ricketts.
It's not the first time I've been naked with Ricketts, so it won't be the last.
When they cut the swimming costume off, it was up to his choice. They were like, no, he's fine. He's like, nah, let's get off anyway.
No, I'll tell you what
he's got.
I'll tell you what did I'll tell you what did happen, why I ended up naked. It's because, so basically I'd spaffed out on the jet ski on this jump. I don't know if I'd hit my face off the water or off the handlebars or something, but I impacted my face. Right. And was concussed, and another jet skier come and turned me the right way around, and my mate swam out, and the pair of them brought me into the shore.
He just flipped you over?
I was face down in the North Sea.
Yeah, but why did he bring you in? He just flipped you over, and then your mate went and swam out.
Like, so he had his jet ski. He didn't want to fucking ditch his jet ski.
No, he could put you over the back of it, or the front of it.
So I'm telling you what happened.
Right.
I don't know his logic. I wasn't there. Lights were out.
Just feels like that's the lowest form of helping. Like, he sees you drowning, and he's like, he's not drowning anymore, still your problem. Me.
But like Craig was also running, so Craig, who I was with, started running out to see if I was all right and to get the jet ski. Another jet skier come along, got off his jet ski, flipped me over. By the time my mate got there, the pair of them managed to get me and get the jet skis back. So whatever the logistics were, those are the facts I've been finished with. So I'm lying on the beach in the wetsuit, which was my friend Craig's wetsuit. And when the paramedics came, they brought out the scissors and went to cut the wetsuit. But it was my mate's £180 wetsuit. And he was like, oh, fuck that. And he shoulder barged the paramedic out of the way and just ripped my limp, naked body out of his wetsuit. Just fucking kept it away from the paramedics, barking at them.
He might be dead, but I'm not going to lose two things today.
I think losing a friend's enough. So that's how I ended up naked. And what was weird about waking up...
Did you have proper, like, cold sea dick as well?
Oh, shriveled up North Sea dick. It was like an outie belly button. Tasty.
Just like a proper little, like wild little, forest mushroom.
Like a little jelly bean. Just every micro penis on display for all of Black Beach. So they laughed at that.
Just pegged it like a little doorstop.
And then they put me in the ambulance. But
do you reckon your girlfriend gets rinsed if any of her friends listen to this podcast and hear us talk about your tiny dick all the time? Do you reckon she goes into work?
I reckon she's pretty smug about it's not as small as he's making out.
But that's still not good.
It's a pretty big unit, actually. My favourite euphemism, oldphemism for a big cock is a blind cobbler's thumb. I love that oldphemism. So they put me in the ambulance, but what was fucking really weird about waking up and Ricketts being in the ambulance with me is that he, as far as I was concerned, in my world, he was down on the south coast. He was in Portsmouth doing his training for the Marines, and he'd been away for months and months on end, and he wasn't due back, but he'd come back to surprise everybody, and nobody knew he was coming back. So he found out that we were on the beach with a jet ski, brought his swimming stuff, and he fucking come to join us. And then when he got there, I was naked on the beach, just doing my thing. And he was just like, oh fuck, I'll get in the ambulance with him and go. So I wake up and there's a dude in the ambulance who I hadn't seen in 6 months, who, as far as I'm concerned, is fucking 500 miles away. So I've been through concussion and fucking now this. But I don't even know if I've told you this bit.
Right.
When I get to the ambulance, when I get to the hospital in the ambulance, they like rush me in and they've done some tests on us and stuff, and they put us in this 24-hour surveillance ward, which I guess is the ICU.
Oh, Brexit Britain.
Intensive care unit. Just a drain on the taxpayer's dollar.
No, it's just 24-hour surveillance.
Yeah. I was under 24-hour surveillance. They had to have a doctor on me at all times.
Physically on you.
Physically on us, right?
Like,
and they had students coming in and taking notes about what was happening, and this is what had happened, right? There was fluid coming out my nose, right? That wasn't mucus and it wasn't seawater, right? Because it had proteins in it.
Was it spunk?
They thought it was brain fluid.
Oh.
So they thought my brain was leaking out of my nose, right? And this has happened before. They've dealt with it before. What they haven't dealt with is brain fluid coming out with someone's nose. Well, the person that's there's going, rickets, I didn't know you were going to be here. I thought you were like just chatting away, having sentient conversation, just being full of life. Yeah. Yet this is fucking magical brain fluid.
They're just like, he doesn't need brain fluid to talk.
There's because they were like, it's salt water, but there's protein in it, right? So they're like, it's not seawater and everything. And they've done tests, and then they were like, oh, you're free to go. And they let me out. Do you know what it was coming out my nose?
What?
I'd ruptured my tear gland.
You crying through your nose?
I was crying out my beak. Like a bitch. Where? Just fucking tears streaming down my nose, down my top lip. Billy Two Rivers.
Billy Two Rivers.
They let us out. I got on with my day.
Fucking crying out your nose. I
had a sore face. Like, I couldn't really clench much. I had to eat soft foods for a little while, but apart from that, I was fine. I went straight back to work the next day.
Watched Marley and Me and just dribbling into your mouth like a fucking waterfall.
Stabbing my nose.
Right, should we talk about Muggles?
Yeah. What have they been doing now?
So for those of you that haven't listened to the podcast before and aren't aware of how fucking bored I am of explaining this, Muggle Corner, basically, me and Kai used this Harry Potter term, the term Muggle for a non-magic person, to describe people that we find just a little bit plain. It's not necessarily a bad thing to be a Muggle, like we're all capable of Muggle things and Muggles aren't bad people, but it's just something we all agree, you just go, yeah. But before we do go in, speaking of Muggles, I went to see the new Hazapazza.
Oh, you did, didn't you? You went to the Beastly Delights of Potter Wonderland.
Try again.
The Magnificent Beasts of Benedict Cumberbatch.
Try again.
Bestiality with Daggerflosses.
Correct. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Fucking mint. Loved it.
So is it just Pokemon?
What?
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. You go around collecting beasts.
No, it's just him playing Pokemon Go but in the Harry Potter world.
Is it?
Aye.
There's a goggle box of that.
Oh, it's just him being like, oh, did you see? Oh, that's mint.
I've just upgraded my Hypno to a slow-mo pug.
I mean, the first half of that, I almost believed you knew what you were talking about.
I uploaded my
Nope.
I upgraded, I evolved my Slowpoke into a wizard. Into a Hypno.
No, Slowbro doesn't. It's
Snoozeville. Snorlax.
No, Drowsy evolves into.
Fuck's sake.
You fucking dip it, cunt.
Sometimes it's hard to keep up with the kids.
Anyway, so this is where we basically nominate muggly things that people do. But if you're guilty of any of these muggly things, and we both agree they are muggly, you have to go stand in the corner for 30 seconds and think about the bad muggly thing you did. Yeah, fucking muggle. I'm going to start off with one that I know is going to put you in the corner. Straight away.
Nobody puts baby
Kai.
in the corner.
No.
Muggles are called Kai.
No.
Do you know what, though?
What?
Lots of children are called Kai now because of Wayne Rooney's kid. Aye. So, like, my name used to be very uncommon, but now it's the name of every bastard child on account of the state with a single mum.
Kai Snow.
Yeah. Kai Snow. Kai Ramsey.
There you go.
No, what?
Yeah, Snow Ramsey.
Yeah. Right, sorry, I'm high.
Yeah, we're talking about Game of Thrones now. Muggles do the mannequin. Mannequin challenge. That's one of the muggliest things I've ever seen in my life.
They really do, but it's so good. Like, I am just going to go, fuck it, I'm going to trade in a muggle life, and I'm just going to take this one on. Because at first, when it was just like, I don't know, like Andy Murray did it on Sky Sports, and they just went around him and a couple of other tennis players, and I was like, that's lame as fuck. But if you've seen the high stakes ones, like the ones where they're in the swimming pool and they've got the underwater camera and everyone's frozen in their swimming position and it just looks fucking remarkable. And that one in the nightclub where the beat drops, but before the beat drops, the whole crowd at this rave are just like frozen and it's panning around them, and then when the beat drops they come to life and it looks fucking incredible. So I'm fully aware it's like Ice Bucket Challenge level of like mugglery,
Proper mugglery.
But it can be it can be made amazing.
It was like when what was the other one? What was the one where they start randomly dancing? What's that called?
The Gangnam Style thing.
No, the ones in this like shopping malls. One person starts dancing. Flash mob. Flash mobs. Yeah, that's another one. I feel like I will put this to include any of those things. Like if you were part of a Muggle fad, and I'll also stand in the fucking corner of it because I definitely did some of them. But like I did the ice bucket challenge.
But as well, people start resisting that stuff. Like, oh, it's bullshit. But like, it's not. Just you can just have it there without it making you angry. Like, I don't see how you can get angry at a mannequin challenge or an ice bucket challenge.
I think
that's arguably more muggly. I think if the only way you can not be a muggle on this is if you just acknowledge it's there and aren't bothered by it. It doesn't affect your life.
I think it's more like the fact that you were saying there's the high quality ones, and you're like, yeah. I think the muggly thing is the reason people get annoyed is because for every one really good one there's ones that your mates did and people you used to go to school with doing their own version of it, and they're always shit. And like,
the first one I did was milk and cereal.
I did milk and cereal. Milk and cereal.
Milk and cereal.
Milk and cereal.
Cereal and milk. Cereal and milk. Cereal and milk. I want my Wheaties. Give them to the needy. Feeling kind of greedy. I'll keep that for myself. I'll keep it. Mom loves special cake. Can't pinch an inch. You can't pinch an inch. They're magically delicious.
Buggins and cream.
And that's our catchphrase.
Yeah.
So yes, I think you can. They are muggly, but you know what? I don't think twice about just going. I'm a muggle for this one.
Yeah.
The same way as you do at Christmas, you go. Everything that we're doing is a bit muggly, but let's immerse in it.
Yeah.
So we done one last night at the gig.
But everyone laughed.
I told a joke, and then grabbed the mic stand, and then everyone froze where they were.
See, I think
it didn't work really because they couldn't stop laughing because my joke was that good.
Nah. I think the way to do it is the other way around, which is like just do it from Frozen, and then once you get all the way around and it goes back to you, then you do a punchline and everyone laughs. I think that's a better way of doing it.
Oh, do you think so?
Aye.
Because I was
smarter than you are.
I was doing it where I'd done the punchline, but then I had a tagline to put on so that I could do the tagline and people would then reanimate.
Yeah. Just do one of your shit jokes because you've got so much more of them.
I stopped Gav recording it because I'll let you have that one.
Don't need that, do you?
When Gav, no, just normally I ignore them.
Oh, right, okay.
When they're good. Right. I'm just saying, I'm trying to repent my ways.
I'm flustered.
Flattered.
Flustered.
Okay. I stopped Gav doing the thing because I could hear people laughing, but like everybody on the camera was still.
Yeah,
so I could have just faded the sound out for that part of it in the edit. So we'll do it again tonight, Nashington.
Oh, fun!
Yay!
Right, what's your first muggle one? Your fucking muggle.
I've got 30 seconds in the corner first. This one is off Twitter called Stuart Hogg.
Try again.
Twitter at Twitter.
Right.
Stuart Hogg, and he says, "Oh no, that's a dad joke." Right, I'll just read it off his tweet.
Jesus Christ!
Muggles always sound surprised about how early it gets dark when the clocks go back.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's 5 o'clock already.
Is that 4 o'clock? The sun's fully got. The moon's out.
It's cutting in.
Oh, it's 6 p.m. It's pitch black out there. You need a torch.
Did I tell you about my mum's the story about my mum when it was cutting in? She calls it cutting in when it's getting dark, right? And my mum, I knocked at the door at my mum's house. I'd been away for a couple of months, and she answered the door, and the house was in pitch black. And she was like, "It started spitting on before, so I had to bring the washing in and put the washing on the radiators, which meant I had to put the radiators on. But then, because the radiators were on, I had to keep the window open because it's too warm in the house. But because I had the window open, I had to keep the lights off, otherwise the moths will get in." My mum was just sat in the dark, the heating on, the windows open, because she'd put this logic of overthinking. I hadn't seen her in ages.
She's just staring there like a psychopath, like she's just committing an atrocity and just thinking it through. Just sat in the dark on a couch with the windows open, like.
It was such an I love you man moment where like I hadn't seen her in 2 months. I'd been to Australia, shot at the door and went, "Kai, it was cutting in." So, when you mentioned about it getting dark early, and dark later in the mornings, that stuff.
Have you seen how light it is? God, the other day I was up at 6 p.m. and someone's fully out. I could barely get a fucking wink.
And what I get shocked at is it's always older people that talk like that. Whereas, like, I get it. It did seem like it was cutting in the first few years of my life when I wasn't used to the rotation of the Earth. But now you've been through round the fucking sun about maybe 70 times. get used to it.
Maybe that's proof that we're living in a simulation. Maybe they've just not been, like in your simulated life, they've just not coded these people's backstories enough. So that is the first one you experienced was also the first one they experienced.
I love to think that like the majority of people are coded.
Yeah.
Like there's a few sentient people in this game.
Yeah.
Right. Like we're all plugged into like a Matrix type fucking capsule, and then we're plugged into this. But the majority of people are actually just AI in the low programming, and that's what the Muggle thing is.
Yeah.
And what we're doing is we're finding out the wiring and the coding of these people. Always like walking past groups of people and imagine that they've been programmed to say what they're saying, because you always just hear a soundbite. Yeah. And then there was this one time I walked past a group of people and one of the people went, "Who likes chicken? Put your hands up." And he shoved his hand up in the air. And that's the only thing I had from that conversation. And I walked up and I was like, "Good one, programmers. Well done, Rockstar Games." That was a good one.
That was kind of like when we were in Iceland and we had Aries on before us doing his... So we had an Icelandic comic on before us and he did this whole set in Icelandic, and the only thing he said in English, and I got a huge laugh, was he was just... Yo, motherfucker, I'm a flower. And then everyone lost their shit and applauded, and we were like, I never want to know what the setup to that joke is.
We wouldn't let Ari tell us what the setup to the joke was, because it was funnier as it was out of context than it would ever have been with context. But we've had a speculation and we've worked out what it was that he said in the build-up. We don't know the answers, but my theory is that when he was speaking Icelandic and go blah, 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 what he was saying is... Kai and Daniel are backstage. They don't speak a word of Icelandic, so they think I'm just doing a feed line now. So I'm going to say something in English, and when I say it, you guys just lose your shit. Switches language. Yo, motherfucker, I'm a flower. Yeah. Crowd dies. I think that's the only feed line you could have to that being the punchline.
Yeah, I don't think it was that. Because I asked him if it was that, and he said no, and I trusted him. And like none of the audience, because I feel like if the audience thought that, they would have been sort of weird around us. And
like, the laughter wouldn't have been sincere either. Unless just the concept of that is quite a funny thing to laugh at.
Right, my second Muggle one is from Chris Scott on Twitter. Muggles talk during comedy.
Yes.
Like comedy shows. I'm pretty sure he came to a gig on like Monday. I think he came to the Punch Drunk one, and people were talking. He was getting annoyed by that. Yeah. Did I tell you when I got phoned by the police during the Fringe this year? Have I told you this story?
By the
police?
No.
Right. I can't believe I've not told you this.
So was it to do with people talking in a gig?
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you remember when I went to see Matthew Ellis' show, Jellybean's show? I went down there with Elliot Steele, and there was people behind us, and they were just talking.
You know about this? You phoned us.
Yeah, they were talking loudly at the back of the room. They'd gone to see his show, so this is like his preview. They've gone to see another preview he was doing in Dunfermline, and they started shouting out the punchlines. So when he was, because he does a lot of audience interaction, they would like give the joke away.
Yeah.
And just being really disruptive. So I was like, "Can you please be quiet?" And one of them was, two of them were fucking drunk as fuck, and they keep shouting and talking. And I'm like, "You seriously need to leave." They're like, "We're enjoying it." I'm like, "No, you're not enjoying it." Like, she's like, "I'm here enjoying the show." And I'm like, "No, you're ruining the show for other people. You're ruining the show for me." She's like, "Oh, gobby." And then I take like a photo of myself being like, if you know it, I'm like, I'm at this fucking gig and these two fucking cunts, blah, blah, blah. Get into an argument with them afterwards. At one point I text you and be like, you need to come down here because I'm about to get into a fight and I know I'm going to lose it.
Yeah, because that's all I know about, that. And when I got there, everything was resolved. But what's the police thing?
I had a huge argument with the guy and a huge argument with the girl. And she was like, she's like, if you don't want to hear us talking, you should have sat near the front. And I was like, if you wanted to come to a comedy show, you shouldn't talk during it. If you want to talk outside the room. Like, it's so selfish, not only to the artists on stage, but you're ruining it with everyone earshot because you've just you talking.
Anything like that. At the cinema, at the theatre, comedy, it's all the same. I don't know why comedy's an exception where people think they can talk.
And this is a preview for Ellis. This isn't a show. It's a free show that they've fucking turned up to. They're walking to this free show with this guy's trying out stuff for the biggest arts festival. I'm trying to give him notes and stuff. And she's just fucking up every single... So I'm like, she's like, I want you to apologise. I'm like, absolutely fucking not. I'm not apologising for anything. She's like, I called her all the names under the sun. She said,
that's a lot of names.
I was like, absolutely fucking do not. You owe everyone else an apology, blah, blah, blah. So, a couple of days later, I get text from my mum being like, the police have just phoned, what have you done? And I'm like, oh.
Fuck, what have I done?
Like, what have I done? This is 4 days later. Like, I've done a lot of stuff over those 4 nights, right? Yeah. Some of it illegal. But I'm like, not illegal enough for the police to...
Hey, has Daniel been smoking weed in his house?
Oh, God. Oh, snitches.
They're on to me.
Snitches get stitches. So, it was just... I was like, no, here, phone him up. She'd complained. She phoned up and called it internet... Oh, no. like inciting violence, because I was just like, if you know either, I didn't say anything like these people. I was just like, if you know any of these two people, right? So the guy phones me up. He's like, "You down Sloss?" I went, "Yeah." He goes, "Have you been posting mean things on the internet?" And I laughed out loud. I was like, "Yeah." And he went, "Right, I'm going to be honest with you, buddy. She's the most annoying woman I've ever met in my life, and you'd be making my life a hell of a lot fucking easier if you just delete those tweets. And
nice.
will not mention it ever again." I was like, all right. But because I thought, I was like, ah, God.
Who phones the police for that? 999, what's the service? I'll have the police, please. Well, the call will be recorded, blah, blah, blah. What's your problem? It's just, someone's tweeted a nasty message to me at handle.
It's like that South Park thing.
He's got 50,000 followers. That's a lot of people hearing mean things about me. We'll send a helicopter.
I didn't tag her in it. I didn't put her name. It wasn't face. It was just like, ugh. So yeah, talking during anything. Oh, there was another time when at Bo Burnham, when I slightly went over the top. Some drunk guy in the front, and not only is he drunk and shouting, ruin it for like at least 15 people around him. He's like pulling the woman's hair in front of him. Doesn't know her, but just like trying to flirt with her.
Just
during
trying
the
to
show.
incite a reaction from her.
Oh, but like overly, like I've not seen that level of like running up and kicking her in the fucking shin level of like, ugh. Yeah. She's just being a dick, annoying her, annoying the woman beside him. I'm dying. I'm like, I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna fucking bash his head, and because I had Milo with me, and Milo and Tom, and he got up and he sort of left at the end of the show, and everyone was like, he was an asshole. I'm like, oh. And the woman goes, oh, he's left his phone. So I immediately go down. I'm like, I'm having this. And like, what are you going to do with it? I'm like, I'm going to go outside and I'm going to throw it against a wall. Like, that's bare minimum what this cunt deserves for like ruining this show. For like, there were 30 people he pissed off. Each one of those people paid 20 quid. That's fucking a lot of money.
He's refunded them by balance of the universe.
And he comes, and he drunkenly comes back in, and he's clearly looking for it, and they're all looking at me, being like, "Give him it back." I'm like, "Nah, absolutely, he's not getting his phone back." I'm not like, I'm furious.
But now you're keeping him there. Now you're adding to the problem.
No. So because we're all leaving.
Oh, this is at the end.
Yeah. So he walks past to go shit, and it's not there. And so Milo goes, "Go to a pub." And after that, if you still feel like throwing it at a wall, I'll let you do it. So we go down, and I'm like, okay, so things a bit bad. Go on, realises he's logged into his Facebook, posts his shoes message, being like, "Hi, I'm a fucking piece of shit. What I like to do is get drunk, go to shows, harass women, and shout loudly and ruin the gig for everyone else." This huge thing about how much of a cunt it was. If I want my phone, it's at this bar, but I've got to get on my knees and beg the bar lady to give it back to me, because that's what I need to do to fucking...
So you framed him with that?
Framed him with that, right? We keep checking for like an hour. All of his friends are fucking laughing at it, and I tell the bar, I'm like, do not give him the phone back unless he literally gets down on his knees, because he needs to atone for what a fucking cunt he was. And then me and Tom changed his phone into Japanese, and then with his keys scrawled in the word cunt onto the back of his phone.
Honestly?
Aye.
And then handed in there.
Aye. Don't talk during comedy shows. Don't fucking do it, you muggle. Go stand in the corner, but be aware while you're standing in the corner, I'm fucking your life up.
Like, honestly, like, on stage, as a comedian, I've never been bothered personally about people chatting in the crowd. It becomes like a kind of distant white noise, unless it's excessive.
Yeah.
But it's when I'm doing it, this isn't me being precious saying don't talk while I'm on stage, because, like, it's fine for me. It's just the people that are in the audience that have bought a ticket to the evening, they're the ones that are getting fucked over.
Yeah.
So it's from a position of empathy when you're saying stop talking. It's not trying to protect yourself. It's trying to protect the people that have bought tickets.
And it's the same thing with heckling, which is that I'm not getting angry at you. I'm not getting angry at you because you're heckling me. It's because you're taking me off my material, which is what everyone in this audience paid to hear. They didn't be paid to hear me fucking put you down.
I could happily spend 20 minutes with a guy.
Aye.
But then every minute that you do eats into a lot of time.
Yeah. So totally, Chris Scott, you're 100% right. Talking during a comedy show, Muggle, get in the corner. Next one.
Oh shit. Muggles say "May the 4th be with you."
Oh, absolutely. Oh no, I will also add in. They also do "May the 5th be with you,"
anybody that does like a kind of parody joke of like even like in November put on "May the 4th be with you" in November. Like even that is now hack. I think I might have been guilty of it like way back, but then now like everything around that, everything surrounding Star Wars Day,
that's just
is just bollocks.
Because I reckon the first time someone came up with that, it was like, oh, that's so funny. Like, well done.
Yeah. It was
someone said, what day is it today? May the 4th. And this nerd just went, May the 4th be with you too. Everyone in that office laughed. Everyone. First time that joke hit the air.
Yeah.
Oh, it crushed. That nerd was popular for like a week. They're like, Dave, May the 4th. There was such a good... Like, he gets a promotion probably based off of it. Like, because everyone likes him more. They all go do it at some point, probably a year later, and then it just spread like a fucking zombie virus. And then the internet just went like fucking Hiroshima bomb. Just everyone gets it.
Be with you.
Oh, Muggles the fucking lot of you.
Yeah, let's not be Muggles.
Alright, Muggle the 4th with you. This was also from Twitter, but I've forgotten your name, so sorry about that. But not really. I'll claim it as my own. Muggles have a private registration plate.
Yes.
And this is my Uncle Scott's in the corner. This, you know, the 5...
I had my heart set on one when I was a kid.
What did you want it to be?
When I was 19, there was one Kai 7 Bosch. It was like along them lines, but it was like with a 4 instead of the A and shit like that. 4-1.
My uncle, the
7 BOSH.
5'6" minister, his one is Wee Rev.
We reverend.
Aye,
and
we
revs the car.
Aye.
It's a bit of a pun as well.
Aye, works on 2 levels. He's got that. I've never had one. People think I've got one.
That's pretty cool for a minister, though.
Aye.
Getting a private reg.
Yeah. From God's money.
Aye. From the whip around, the tree gather around. Fucking champion, I'm going to get Wee Rev.
People think my license plate is custom. Liam Withnail for ages was people because mine says I won't give the full thing away because
5-1 OS.
It's basically it's
5-1 OS is the
the first 4 looks like Sloss. It looks like SLOS, but it's a mixture of 5s, 1s, and S's and O's, and then it's so it's SLOS and then C and then 2 other letters, and it looks that's genuinely the one I was fucking given. Like that's the one. Same thing in my mum's street. There's one that genuinely says Sloss, but it's not her car. She's just like,
she's near
fuck.
It's fucking freaking us out.
Yeah, but if you do it yourself, you're an absolute fucking muggle.
Yeah,
I might get one though.
I totally wanted to do it, but then like now I just don't see the point. It's like a bit more practical now.
I just also feel like I wouldn't put my name on it because Sloss is an unusual name. If anyone sees that car, they might be a fan, but they also might fucking not be.
They might be religious.
Aye. Right, what's your last one?
I keep changing people. Muzzles.
Muzzles
have muzzles. Muggles send Christmas cards to the neighbours. Write out all the neighbours and go around each house.
And the postman.
Be like, what do you call them at 17 again? What's that daughter called? Because we'll put all the names on. Yeah. If you don't know the name and you have to ask someone, you probably shouldn't be giving them a Christmas card.
Yeah.
If you're putting Mr. and Mrs. on because you don't know their first names, then probably give them a miss.
Yeah, but
as well, essentially, I'm just putting through that letterbox.
But I feel like those people that do that would also be like, they're the kind of petty people that would be pissed off if like the Smiths didn't give them one back. Like, it's the fucking 23rd today. What do you think they're going to send it? They only got 1 day left. Like, if anything, don't even want it now. What am I going to get on Christmas Day? What's the point of a Christmas card on Christmas Day? What, I'm going to leave it up afterwards? You know, it's not Christmas anymore. Decorations going to go down. What are they going to give me after that? I gave them 2 weeks ago.
I'm going to have to put up another bit of string.
It's just,
because then putting up a bit of string and putting the cards on, they used to do that.
My mum does
that was pretty cool, I thought, but like in the 90s.
Yeah.
I just think we've moved on.
Yeah. No, I think that's my mum, because my mum listens to this podcast and she does complain about how much her and my dad are in Muggle Corner. And I'm like, I feel like it's...
they totally embrace being Muggles all the time.
They do, yeah. Again, I just have to keep reminding them, like, they're not bad things. Like, you don't...
And you can indulge yourself in them, like me in the Mannequin Challenge.
You don't hate people that are Muggles. I mean, you hate overly Muggles.
Oh, when Muggle's all you've got.
Yeah.
If Muggle is... that's when you're coding.
Right. So what was that one?
That was Christmas cards to the neighbours.
Oh, totally, right. So all 6 of those together are, if you do the Mannequin Challenge, 30 seconds in the corner, you fucking Muggle. If you talk during comedy shows, I will fuck your life up and end you and go stand in the corner for 30 seconds. And if you have a private registration plate on your car, you get one that says MUG13, because you, my lady, or my sir, are Muggle. And your 3 were?
Muggles send Christmas cards to the neighbours. If you don't know them well enough to put money in, don't give them a card.
Yep.
Muggles say, may the 4th be with you. And Muggles always complain about how, just mention that it's getting dark, that it's cutting in, that it gets dark later.
Sweet. So 30 seconds each for those things. Go fuck yourselves, Muggles.
Thank you for your contributions, and please tweet us in, because some of these are great.
And also we fucking are running out of them, so when other people call us on shit,
you're like, yes, great. The well is still deep.
Our next game is Fantastic Lies and Where to Find Them. This is a game where me and Kai come up with just stupid lies that sound very believable. Like, you reckon you could convince people of these things? They're absolutely true. They're absolutely false, but if you say them with enough confidence, people would be like, oh, really? There would be 3 seconds. The example I always give is I convinced Ricketts that mussels were called pistachios of the sea.
And then why would he not believe that? Then he walked away with that downloaded on his brain.
So I'll go for my first one.
By the way, I've just realised I've only wrote down 4, so I'm going to have to make one up at the end.
Okay. Stephen Fry's name is actually spelled Stephenphry.
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
Did you know Cilla Black?
Yeah.
She was called Priscilla White.
Was she?
Yeah.
I think I could say her name was actually Brilla Clack.
Brilla Clack?
Yeah.
Because that would be a spoonerism.
Yeah.
Love a spoonerism. Friar Tuck?
Friar Tuck?
Try fuck.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Oh, is that why that's that name?
Yeah.
Ah.
I don't know.
26 years.
Surely not.
No.
Surely that's a coincidence.
It's
like Robin Hood, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think
it's not like Robin Hood. Nah, I don't think it is. Anyway, go. We're high.
Rod Stewart's toenail clippings got sold on eBay for £5,000.
Your dad bought them.
That's always like one of them like myths where you hear about like someone selling their toenail clippings, like Tom Cruise or Brad Pitt or something. Right. Does that actually happen?
No.
Nah.
I don't think those type of celebrities.
Get on Snopes.
I wouldn't be surprised if like fucking like the Paris Hilton types did that.
Really?
Yeah. Charlie Sheen. If you drop plastic bags in the ocean, it's dangerous because they look like jellyfish, and male jellyfish keep trying to have sex with them, and the population is decreasing.
Sounds plausible. This is one I've actually tried to get you with in the past, but I'm going to share it with the world. It's that Wembley Stadium was named after the architect's wife, Wendy Dimbleby, a woman who had a severe speech impediment. It was originally called Wembley, but it was shortened to Wembley shortly after she died of her affliction.
She starved to death.
She did. That was an impediment, not a stutter.
No. If someone is stung by a jellyfish, I'm on a jellyfish theme today. If someone is stung by a jellyfish, you should pee on it because they've been stung by a jellyfish, which is worse than being peed on. So by peeing on them, you're making their day better, technically. Like, what are they going to do? Complain about being peed? Like, somebody, hey, you peeing on me? Oh, like, that's the worst thing that happened to you today.
Yep.
Like, you might die. Get over it.
But it's the other leg. What are you doing in my bath?
Mr. Jellyfish.
When you swear by the Bible in a court of law, there is actually a loophole that states that if you cross your fingers while you're doing so, you're totally allowed to lie.
And also, they can't take you to jail if your hand's on base. If you're on den.
If you're on den when you've done the crime. Murdered someone. I was on base. I was touching the lamppost.
During the Holocaust, 6 million people died and 4 million ducks. Hitler hated ducks, but no one mentions it because they get all hung up on the human lives and don't want to devalue them.
Duck-a-course deniers?
Nope.
Holocaust deniers?
Nope.
Well, that's all I've got. That's my offerings. Take them or leave them.
Holocaust to flyers?
Oh, no. Should have started with Holoquack.
Shut the fuck. Shouldn't have started. Go.
I wouldn't like the gas bill.
Oh no.
Did it. You're killing ducks.
Oh.
You're genocidally killing ducks.
Oh.
Right. Defrosted ice cubes are 1,000 times wetter than water.
Hey, right, science.
It does sound like it could be believable.
Potatoes legally are classified as flowers, and a bag of them is called a bouquet.
That is right, isn't it? Bouquet of flowers.
Yeah, but potatoes are legally classified. So yeah,
you can get a bouquet of potatoes.
They are. That's what they don't call. They're not called bags of potatoes or sacks of potatoes. It's a bouquet of potatoes.
I can see how that's plausible. Now for me to make one up.
Well, that's gonna be good.
It's going up really high.
Aye.
Do you know that the Queen was actually born with 12 fingers all the way down her arm, and down her wrist?
Like a lizard.
And she had
She's a lizard. She's got I fucking knew it.
I think you're getting lizards and caterpillars mixed up.
Yeah.
Lizards don't have fucking 12 fingers.
No, they're not fingers, but like the spikes that they have going out there. Like,
yeah,
those ones.
Like
no, not fingers.
Oh yeah, like sort of like
the
she would look a bit reptilian, wouldn't she? If she had fingers all the way down her wrist.
She does look reptilian because she's a lizard.
But she had them removed not long ago, but a couple of weeks ago.
On the taxpayers' money.
Aye, taxpayers' money. Getting rid of the Queen's fingers. She sells them on eBay, £5,000 each. Nails included.
Double whammy.
You buy the Queen's fingernails, complete with fingers.
You can bite them off yourself.
Put them up your bum if you want to. You bought them. They're not hers anymore. Fucking put the Queen's finger up your bum. You still have 11 left.
Right, should we go to our last game? Our favourite, your dad jokes.
Yeah.
You go first.
Your dad got asked to leave Asda for planking on the checkout belt.
Your dad wears club foot shoes when going to Alton Towers.
So he can get on the rides.
No, he's tall enough anyway. Just likes them.
His fashion statement. When your dad goes out drinking, he keeps his phone in his bra.
When your goldfish died, your dad fried it and ate it.
Utilised that goldfish. Never lets anything go to waste. It'll be a waste of a death. Your dad says lol when he finds something mildly amusing. He says it out loud with his mouth.
Raffle.
Lol.
Raffle.
Lamau. Lameo is way better if you imagine it as lick my ass out.
Oh, yeah.
So every time someone puts LMAO...
Mum just fell over. Lick my ass out.
Come around right now.
Your dad literally licks his wounds clean like a cat. It's just like, I saw him skateboarding once and he fell off and he grazed his knee and he just stood at the side of the road, like just knelt down. Just like.
There's actually antibacterial chemicals in your saliva.
Oh yeah, and he's got hooks on his tongue so he can get all the germs out. Yep. When he goes down, and with your mum's pubes, when he goes down, it's like fucking Velcro.
His tongue's stuck, like he's licking a frozen lamppost.
That's his nickname for your mum's vagina.
Frozen lamppost.
Don't know why though. No,
so asked. You know when I said there was a fantastic lie when I said there's antibacterial stuff in your saliva. I was brought up to like that there was in dog saliva, and if I cut me finger or something like that when I was at my granddad's house, I would get encouraged for the dog to lick me wound.
They were trying to kill you. Like that's just them trying to find a way that they can murder you, but there's no traces. And
it got to the point where I was so sure that the dog's saliva had clean and but it licks its own bum. Just licking at shit all over my fucking hand.
Your parents were trying to kill you. Like they're trying. That's them trying to kill you in a way, but there's no ties back to them. Because when you die, how did he die? Oh, his wound was infected. Oh no! Oh, this only comes from dogs' arseholes. So the dog must have and they're like, cry, devastated.
I'll tell you what though, it backfired for them trying to kill us because I think they turned us into a biological weapon. Because I never get ill. I've never been a sickly kid. I've never got ill, and it might all be down to the dog licking my wounds.
But why do you look ill all the time then?
There's got to be some trade-off.
Yeah. You never feel ill, but you always look it.
Yeah, sometimes being ill, you just have to thrash it out so you can look normal again. I'm just holding on.
Right, what's yours?
Your dad always pays the exact money and says, keep the change.
Your dad got an Xbox Connect for Christmas and played it every day since and has all the high scores on it. Your mum hasn't told him yet that it's just a mirror.
It's keeping him very trim. Your dad asks for a happy ending at Reiki and then pays the bloke 20 quid to jack off near his cock.
Your dad self-harms.
Oh. And licks the wounds. Your dad is on pay as you go and spends all his credit on ringtones.
Your dad stars during Dirty Talk with Wendy Wembley.
Having an affair with the architect of Wembley.
Licking her wound clean like a cat.
Dead woman. He stood as well fucking the corpse of the Wembley architect's wife. Kevin. You never cease to amaze me. Your dad slaps himself in the face whenever he's mad at your mum.
Your dad goes on Twitter and asks porn stars to DM him. Double man him.
Your dad and his two mates went through the McDonald's drive-thru without a car, but the mates like they were in a car for a laugh.
That does sound like something my dad did at university. Like all the stories I've heard about him. Honestly, I believe if you were to give me a time machine and I was to select a random day when my dad was 19, I've got a 30% chance I'd catch him doing it.
Your dad just committing victimless crimes.
High-fiving his friends after.
Oh, that was quality. I can't wait until the phone video gets invented in a few years' time so we can capture that. Because, I mean, as it stands, we just did that for the crack. We didn't even want to post it online and share it. That was for us. Those were the days. When you could just enjoy something for what it was.
Your dad wears a hijab and walks behind your mum at the shops.
Your dad turns his eyelids inside out and makes Mick Jagger lips whenever he answers the door.
I can do both those things.
The Mick Jagger lips? Oh, can you do them at once? Can we get a photo of this and post it with the Twitter?
Do it after. Hold on.
Right.
Your dad can name all 150 original Pokemon in order, but only 2 of his kids' names.
What was me? Your dad... Oh, I've just done that one. Your dad puts a plug in the bidet and fills it up and then washes his arse. You know when I wrote that down?
Yeah.
I was worried that that's what you're meant to do.
What?
The bidet. I've never used one. I always look at it like it's a fucking something from the future.
You reckon you just went to fucking dip your arse in it like arse soup?
Nah, I always like assume you put the tap on and you just put your arse in the floor.
Yeah, and then
the
wash
water,
it.
And wash it, but like, I don't know why there's such a deep bowl and why there's a plug.
It's because some of us got dicks. So, like, they go down
Touch
below your ass.
Aye. Yeah, I suppose like it just gives the water somewhere to go as well once it's splashed your arse. It's got to catch it. But I did have a concern where I was thinking like, oh fuck, is that what you meant to do? It's scruffy.
I'm glad we broke it down.
Yeah.
Your dad nearly drowned on a log flume. So that's done.
Oh wait, was that a joke?
Yeah.
I thought we'd finished ages ago.
No, that was it. That's my
I
last
was worried about my dad. Yeah, I started with that.
Right, thank you very much for listening to the podcast. Our tour dates over the next couple of days are, this is coming out on Thursday, so tonight we are at the Slaughterhouse in Liverpool.
And if you've just seen us in the Blythe, Bedlington or Ashington gigs, we'll come through, because we're going to Ashington tonight. So far it's been amazing. If you want to go to another gig, we have got a gig in Cramlington with Dave Johns, Jojo Smith, Matt Reid and Adam Rowe. So it's a completely different lineup. And if you've been to see us already, you can get it for half price, just a £5.
And it's great. And then on Saturday we are at Inverness Eden Court, which I'm pretty sure is sold out, so give it a try. Aberdeen Lemon Tree on Sunday. I think it's also sold out, but give it a try. Tuesday next week, if you're in Edinburgh, we're doing a work in progress show at Summer Hall at 7:30. Tickets for that are only £3.50 online. It's all new material. It's very loose and shit, but
it's going to be heard for the first time, possibly the last.
And if
are we joined by who? We normally get an extra person.
Gareth Watt and Mark Nelson.
Both doing
and
quality.
Craig Hill.
Ah, yes, 5 of us.
And then if you want to come see our good material, we'll be in Musselburgh as well, Southend and Glasgow next week. I can't remember the dates, but I'll get them to you by Monday.
Or go on the website, my website, kaihumphries.com, and you'll be able to find all of our diaries on there.
All right, get us on Twitter, keep sharing the podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I'm so high. Au revoir.
Bye.